End of day 14 on Chapelle and I'm down inside the building, not least because it's all breezy again, and can't hear anything that I try and record if I'm standing up. So we've been working quite hard inside this building today, trying to work out what's going on. There's quite a complex sort of sequence of lenses and layers in the floor here, as well as this pit which is half sectioned in front of me here, which seems to be a pit dug around a peak of bedrock, which is a slightly curious thing to do, but perhaps we'll get an explanation for that eventually. And then the wall behind it, you can hopefully just about see there's a green clay layer which seems to have been the sort of bedding for the wall, and was also sort of pasted up against the lowest courses of the stones. There's an example of this to my side here, where you can see the clay is up against the stones as well as underneath it, and some of that has actually leached out on top of the mussel shell mortar that seems to have been used for the floor. And in fact there's one point near where the nail and the string are over there, where you can actually see the mortar extending a little way up the wall, with the green clay coming down, sort of sliding out of the wall above it. So it's had quite a decent floor at some point. We're not really sure, well, we haven't found what happens to it at that end, but I'm increasingly convinced that the whole of the east end has disappeared to the sea. So we've got on well with the rest of the site as well, but I can't really show you a lot of that today because of the wind factor. But I'll just stand up and look at the tide slowly coming up a bit, and